Now this act I'm about to do has been done many times by this guy named Whitney Phipps. Whitney Phipps, he's the president of the U.S. Dream Academy. And he's gone around the country kind of doing this for people, so I'm going to do my best to do it for you. Now, I was thinking the other day, and I came to this really cool realization. I realized that God himself actually sings. Do you guys know that? That God himself sings. Now, I might be a little biased, but I think he's a bass. Now, did you guys know that all African spirituals can be played on the black notes of the piano? Did you guys know that? I can't really see your faces, but I don't think you guys believe me, so I'll show you guys. Now, there's five black notes on the piano, and they are... And you just kind of repeat themselves over and over again as you go up the piano. Now, if you guys study music or have a background in music theory, you know that this is called the pentatonic scale. And the power of all these African spirituals can be played on these black notes. For example, take this one. Anyone know that one? Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will... All black notes. Now have this one, Does anyone know that one? Swing low, swing chariot, all done on the black notes of the piano. Now, when you study music, you'll come across these things called white spirituals. Do you guys know that? White spirituals. Now, white spirituals are white composers who worked with only these five notes on the piano. And in early America, they called this the slave scale. Right? They call these five black notes, they call it the slave scale. Now, actually, one of the most famous white spiritual is actually built on the slave scale, or just the black notes of the piano. And as I play this, if you guys know it, can you please sing it with me? Now, does anyone know who wrote that song? It's this guy named John Newton. Now, before John Newton became a Christian, he was a captain of a slave ship. And that's probably where he first heard this slave melody, which many believe is a West African sorrow chant. And when he wrote the words, "Amazing Grace," he set those words onto a slave melody. And I believe that God wanted this song to be written just the way it is written, and sung just the way it is sung, because we are reminded that in God's eyes, we are all connected. You know, in God's eyes, you know, there's no black, there's no white, there's no free, there's no bond, there's no culture, there's no rich, there's no poor. In God's eyes, we are all connected, and we are all connected by God's amazing grace. Now, this melody was born out of suffering, and I believe that this melody still speaks to the slave in us, for without Christ, we are all slaves. Now, when I sing this song, I can still hear the sounds of those slave ships in the water, and I want to sing it for you guys the way John Newton probably first heard it coming out of the belly of that ship. I'll be singing it once in American English, and another time in Chinese. So. Amazing grace, how sweet
sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 지연된 어떤 완全조죄이던 시면见我世上竟被寻回，瞎眼睛的看见。When we've been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we